Adam, look at the sun bears. I think they are so cute.
Yes, I think so. But so sad to hear that this little bear are facing a big struggle. For information, this little bear are part of an endangered species.
Oh my god, poor sun bears. So what are the problems faced by the sun bear? Let's join us to uncover their hidden life and fight to save them.
Hi everyone, the animal that we choose is the sun bear of Malaysia, or otherwise known by its scientific name, Helarctos malayanus. Helarctos comes from two Greek words, helios, which means sun, and arctos, which means bear. Sun bear belongs to the family of Ursidae, which includes animals such as polar bears, brown bears, and giant pandas. The name was first given by Sir Thomas Stamford Bingley Raffles, called Ursus malayanus, but later replaced by Helarctos malayanus by an American naturalist, Thomas Horsfield, in 1825 as a way to standardize the scientific name of sun bear. The local name of Helarctos malayanus is known as sun bear, yet in the local tongue, we call it Beruang Madu. Sun bear is called Beruang Madu by locals due to their fondness towards honey, using their long tongue to extract honey from beehives.
When talking about the basic morphology, it meant about the physical characteristic of the sun bear itself. Sun bear is among the smallest in the bear family with average body length of 1.1 to 1.5 meter with a shoulder height of 70 centimeters. The smallest one to be recorded among the sun bear is around 35 kg, while the heaviest one to be recorded reaches around 65 kg based on history. It is quite easy to distinguish sun bears from other bears due to the U-shape or circle spot chest that they have, with color ranging from yellowish to white. If we look at the biological characteristic of sun bears, they are mammals with breed through their lung and sexually dimorphic. This is a condition in the species in which the males are larger by 10 to 20% than females.
Sun bear are also omnivore, in which termite fruits, honey, and ants are part of their diet to balance the ecosystem. Sun bear features include the fact that they live in lowland and heat-lit tropical forests, otherwise known as a tropical rainforest, and they never migrate. It can be estimated that there are only 4 male sun bear in 6.2 to 20.6 km square, making it hard to breed. However, sun bear will still walk around 10 km daily to find food, and if they don't seem to find any other food source near their area. This eventually helps to nourish the ecosystem because sun bear disperse food seeds along the path it walks through.
When highlighting the locality of sun bears is sparked quite a debate among Malaysians and Indonesians. However, the IUCN Bear Specialist Group has declared that the species originated from forests of northern Borneo, Sabah, and thus it is accepted worldwide that sun bears is a species of bear that originated in Malaysia. The process of finding inmates and food, however, led them to enter Kalimantan forest as a result of illegal deforestation in Malaysia. Without the sun bears to maintain our ecosystem, things had been quite hard for the surrounding population. And termite population grow large, causing an ecosystem imbalance to occur.
It seems that we can already grasp a lot of reasons why the sun bears are important to the ecosystem it lives in. Sun bears are important due to the fact that its diet consists mostly of fruits, and there will be no one to work as a seed dispenser if the sun bears become extinct in the wild. No new plants could emerge, and thus the cycle could be maintained as other animals started to feed off the available food that got lesser over time. Not only that termites population that grows with the sun bears, to maintain it would start to find more sources of food. All the termites will start to attack the mother tree, making fruits unable to grow for other organisms as well. So, now there will be no fruits nor the fruit-bearing trees anymore. Sun bears that are known as umbrella species that leave traces of food to other species like birds, making it important for other species to survive, highly significant as well. Without sun bears, many populations will start booming, while certain others will follow its path to extinction as well. Unfortunately, sun bears are one of the endangered species in Malaysia. Sun bear populations have decreased by an estimated 30 to 35% over the past 30 years, putting them in the IUCN's vulnerable category.
There are a few problems faced by sun bears such as deforestation, biodiversity decline and also illegal trade. For deforestation, Malaysia is considered as one of the largest tropical wood exporters. Sad to hear that in Malaysia overall, approximately 50% of original forest cover has been cleared. This will isolate sun bear group, limiting gene flow and increasing inbreeding risk that can lead to fitness reduction, reproductive success and disease resistance.
Sun bears also face biodiversity decline. Do you know that sun bears are considered ecosystem engineers? They consume a wide range of forest fruits and disperse seeds over long distances. If the number of sun bears drops, tree species diversity declines as fewer seeds are dispersed and can cause forest degradation to become slower, making it more vulnerable to fire, disease and also climate stress. Furthermore, nutrient cycling slows and that will disrupt the entire food web.
Lastly, illegal trade were also faced by this species. Sun bear gallbladder and bile are sought after for traditional Chinese medicine, and Malaysia is both a source and consumer market. These trades are obtained by influential individuals or social media users that are fueling demand through online exposure. The impact is lower availability of gallbladder and increasing the rarity of bears may explain declines in trade available from local shops.
For sun bears, I think the government should do some necessary action to save our lovely sun bears.
Well, Faris, don't you know sun bear is listed in Malaysia's International Trade in Endangered Species Act 2008? That is one of the actions that has been taken by the government. What's more, penalties of up to 1 million ringgit and imprisonment up to 7 years will be imposed for illegal trade. Moreover, Wildlife Conservation Act 2010, Act 716 has been enforced in Peninsular Malaysia. Hunting, killing or possession without a special permit can result in fines up to 500,000 ringgit and jail up to 10 years.
Not only that, various sun bear campaign program also have been organized by our government. Borneo Sun Bear Conservation Centre BSBCC is an awareness and education program. The campaign implements a holistic campaign through its 5 pillars, which is welfare, rehabilitation, education, research and ecotourism. School outreach also has been implemented across Sabah, featuring interactive sessions and activities for kindergarten to secondary students.
Next, FGV Sun Bears Conservation Program has been organized by Rescue, Rehabilitate and Release. This program has rescued approximately 78 sun bears, including injured, orphaned or displaced individuals. 52 bears had been rehabilitated and released to the wild by 2020 and by 2023. That total had risen to 68 released.
As a result, FGB hold the record for rescuing the world's largest number of sun bears under a corporate-led program. Also, FGV support the tree planting for wildlife program in areas such as Belum Temenggung Forest Complex, planting over 2,000 indigenous fruit trees to enhance high conservation values and support wildlife ecosystem.
It's a highly beneficial action, but I would suggest the government to strengthen legal enforcement against poaching and illegal trade. Technologies like drone, camera trap, and wildlife DNA tagging can be used to track poaching and identify traders. In addition, nationwide awareness and education can be held by integrating sun bears conservation modules into school curriculum and continuing programs like Eksplorasi Alam Sekitar. Lastly, research and monitoring also can be done by conducting a systematic population surveys using camera trap and genetic studies to understand population trend and also study the ecological roles and movement pattern to identify priority conservation areas.
As a conclusion, there are many significant of sun bears that contribute to the ecosystem. Without them, many catastrophic disasters regarding ecosystem downfall could occur, ultimately leading a disaster from one to another. We as humans need to play our part to protect these creatures, not only sun bears, but all of our local animals to maintain a good and healthy ecosystem chain. Deforestation should be stopped at once if it is illegal because they are basically taking sun bears home away from them. The sun bear may be among the smallest bears to exist, but it carries within the biggest fight for survival. Together, we can make sure that its story doesn't end here. Every tree cut, every forest lost brings the sun bears closer to extinction. We stand with nature, stand with sun bears. This is their homeland and they deserve to live here undoubtedly.